Hey YouTube, this is the first time I've ever tried to make a video like this. A bit strange talking to just a camera, but I thought I'd give it a go. So what I wanted to cover in this video was, I watched a TV program the other day. It's one of those moments where you're watching TV at times that you shouldn't really watch TV. After 12 o'clock, everybody knows that TV's trash, but sometimes you can't sleep, so you leave it on. I'm not saying I was watching anything rude or dirty, no, don't get me wrong. But what I was watching was a program about stereotypes, about social stereotypes and dress sense. And it was kind of interesting because it highlighted some points that I thought would be interesting to try and cover with you guys. So it said that a lot of people assume they know or they judge a person purely on the way that they're dressed or on some of the fashion accessories that they might have on them. And I found that quite interesting, and reason being was, a few years ago I used to get judged quite heavily on the way I dressed. And what I mean by that is, when I was kind of 15, 16, I used to like wearing a lot of baggy clothes, do-rags, as it might sound appealing to some, but as I figured out later on in life, that's not the kind of look that you want to have as you grow up. And no offence to anyone that might still like dressing like that, but I got kind of sick of the stereotypes that would get thrown at me because of the way I was dressed. So what I mean by this is that if you walk in, for example, to a restaurant or a supermarket, people look at you and they assume that they know what you're like, where you're from, the way you act, the way you speak, how smart you are, purely on the way that you're dressed, which I found was kind of unfair. Some people are forced to change, some people are forced to stay the same and become even more rebellious and show the way that they dress or increase some of the things that they do to put their point across. But I just wanted to find out what some of you guys thought of it. So do you think it's fair that society, or some people in society, should place judgment on you before they've met or spoken to you purely because of the way that you're dressed? Or do you think that perhaps as people get to a certain age, they should start to think, okay, I can't represent myself like this anymore, and you need to give yourself a more grown-up approach? Which one do you think's fair? So I just wanted to give you guys an example of one of the ways that I was stereotyped. As I said earlier on in the video, when I was a little bit younger, about 15, 16, I used to like wearing a lot of hoodies, tracksuit bottoms, bandanas, as crazy as that sounds. And a couple of my friends and I went to a theme park. I'm just trying to think of which one it was. It's Thorpe Park. For the guys that aren't from the UK, if you're from America, Thorpe Park is similar to Six Flags, or if you're in the rest of the European or Union or the rest of the world, it's a theme park, so you go there for rides, roller coasters, that kind of thing. But anyways, it was me and about 6 of my friends. We were in a line, waiting to go on a ride, and this guy that works there was walking past. He didn't seem like a bad guy, he seemed like a nice enough guy, just had some stuff in his hands, he was trying to carry it and walk through the crowd. And he bumped into a couple of my friends, and he looked back at them and went, "Oh, sorry mate," as you do in the UK, you know, mate. Said, "Sorry mate," said, "Sorry mate" to the other one, and then he bumped into me as he's walking backwards, and he turned around and said, "Sorry bruv," and bruv is like, you know, bro, bruv. I was like, why was there a difference? Why did you say mate to those two, and bruv to me? Is that me overjudging the situation, over-assessing it? Is that me being a little bit too critical or looking for people that might be stereotyping, even though it might have been a subconscious thing that he did? But it's that kind of stuff that used to kind of wind me up and make me think that I don't really want people to interpret me or speak to me in this kind of a way. And is it because of the way that I'm dressed? Do I need to address the way that I'm dressed? That kind of thing. So that's the example I've got. There's a couple other examples that I could give, but I won't go into too much detail about them. So I just wanted to find out, like, what some of you guys did to overcome these sort of problems or issues. Did you guys stick to the way that you dressed because that's the way you liked to be presented? Did you guys change? What did you guys do? It'd be great to hear some feedback from you guys. Personally, I went with the kind of cave and change because you kind of get a lot of negativity thrown towards you. But I mean, what do you guys think about it? I just wanted to see what you guys thought. The TV program I watched, I can't remember the name of it. It was Teen something, I can't remember. But it went on to talk about some really twisted things that hopefully I'll post another video on and give you guys some feedback about it and see what you guys think so I can get some of your feedback. But yeah, so if you guys want to post some comments in the comment section below about what you think of the subject. So is it fair that society treats people or judges people before they're even met or spoken to purely because of the way that they're presented? Of course, if it's like a job interview, work, that kind of stuff, that's completely unacceptable for you to dress the way you feel, because a job you have to obviously represent yourself the way the company wants you to, so that's completely different. I'm talking about like in your own social time, when you're going to the park, when you're chilling out with some friends. Do you think it's fair that society should pass judgment on you purely because of the way that you're dressed? And what have some of you guys done about it? Have you guys changed the way that you look? Have you guys stuck with it? Have you intensified the way that you look? Just post some comments, let me know what you think. It'd be great to find out how some of you other guys have dealt with it. And yeah, so we'll go from there. So yeah, if this video does get a good response, it'd be really cool if it does, and you guys want me to go on about the next topic that was in this program I watched after 12 o'clock midnight yesterday, by all means let me know and I'll gladly post a video on that. But as I said, it wasn't anything, it was kind of personal but not really rude. It wasn't like anything pornographic or anything like that, no. It was about genitals though, so I'll just give you that example. And yeah, if you guys want to hear about that, let me know. I'd love to post a video on it, and if this gets a good enough response, then I'd love to do that as well. So yeah, post your comments below, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you next time in the next video. Take care, guys.